When love leads, everything else finds its place. Tonight, I want to begin with gratitude for every person in this room and for every person whose life is touched by Wingspan. Because Wingspan is not just one department. It is not one role or one title. It is care and support lived out in many forms. It is the direct support professional who shows up early and stays late. The house coordinator who notices a change is needed in an individual support plan. The program director and guardian who never stops advocating. The donor who gives quietly. The neighbor who checks in. The good neighbor volunteer who says, "How can I help?" I have been with Wingspan nearly a year now, and I've had the privilege of witnessing this kindness again and again. I have seen compassion in action, care without conditions, purpose without recognition. Togetherness is not something we talk about at Wingspan, but it is something we practice through our enrichment activities and other events such as Glee Club and art classes, spoken word and poetry, parties, the formal dance, karaoke night, our talent show, and community events. Tonight, I want to ask you to pause for just a moment. Think of one person in your life, someone who brings light into a space simply by being in it. Not because of their title, not because of what they produce, but because of who they are. What talent do they bring? What love do they offer? What part of themselves makes the world softer, stronger, or more hopeful? Hold that person in your heart for just a moment. Because that is the essence of Wingspan. Every person has purpose. Every person has value. And every person has something beautiful to give. Tonight we gather to celebrate not just what we do, but who we are when we choose to lead with love. Every human being, every one of us carries the same desire: to be involved, to be useful, to belong. The people we support at Wingspan are no different. They want to contribute, they want to learn, they want to create, to laugh, to try, to grow, and to be seen. Our enrichment programs and activities are not extras. They are pathways to confidence. Our homes are not just houses. They are spaces of safety, dignity, and possibility. When we invest in a home, we invest in comfort. When we invest in enrichment, we invest in purpose. And purpose changes everything. At Wingspan, we have watched someone discover a talent they never knew they had. Take Asha, for example. She participated in our first drum circle and is also a member of our Glee Club. During Glee Club, she was given the role of keeping the beat by playing the tambourine and guiding the entire group to stay in rhythm. She rose to the challenge beautifully, keeping everyone together with confidence and skill. We have watched a quiet voice find confidence, like Dustin, who lives in our Groveland home. Dustin isn't someone who seeks the spotlight. Large groups can feel overwhelming, and he's often most comfortable in quieter spaces. But through our enrichment programs, he found another way to express himself through creative art. Through his projects, Dustin shares his thoughts and emotions in ways that words don't always allow. We have watched dependence turn into independence. When Lee moved into our 29th Ave home, he depended on staff to handle his laundry. It felt overwhelming. Through steady support and practice, he learned to do it himself. Today, he manages it independently, and then he chose to do something more. Lee took the role of house recycler. He checks the bin, makes sure it's emptied, and encourages his housemates to help. He found a way to contribute, to be useful, and to matter in his home. None of that happens alone. It happens because of people like you, the people in this room tonight, because donors believe in more than survival. They believe in quality of life. Because community members believe in access. Because neighbors believe in inclusion. Tonight, I invite you to be part of the continued Wingspan story. A story of community love that began 53 years ago. Not just by giving, but also believing. Believing that every person deserves opportunity. Believing that every home deserves warmth. And believing that every life deserves enrichment. When you support Wingspan's enrichment programs and house needs, you are not just funding services. Tonight, your generosity directly fuels these moments of independence, creativity, and belonging. You are letting love flow. And when love leads, everything else finds a place. Thank you for believing in every life Wingspan serves.